Hello, everyone. How are you? It's Cleo Aisha, and today we will be talking about how I moved abroad and how you can too, because it's really not impossible. And I just know that there are so many people like me who want to leave America, who have dreams of leaving America and just exploring and traveling and seeing what all the world has to offer because they're on this search for peace, for joy, for a high quality life that's not just about making money to pay bills to survive. You want to get out of that survival mode. And I'm telling you, there is so much opportunity to do that. I am living proof. I'm not rich. I don't have like a ton of money where I can just do anything and spend money all kinds of ways. But I have been very smart and strategic about what I do with my money and how I live my life with the resources that I have. So, if you want to have a life where it is 11:47 a.m. and I am at the spa recording YouTube videos before I start work because we're 5 hours ahead over here, then keep watching this video. So, why this all matters is because people are tired of living in chaos, living in fear, feeling like they're in a never ending cycle where they never have enough money, where they're always in need of something, when there's always a bill to be paid. And no matter how much money you make, you always need more. Excuse me, I have a face mask on. I was definitely one of those people. I did not want my nervous system being so wrapped up in fear and chaos and just the distractions because of the rat race that I was stuck in with my life, with my job, with the degrees and the student loans and all of the things, the businesses, all of these worldly desires that I kind of got caught up and lost in. Y'all just let my mask chill, okay? It's a peel mask. So it's a peel mask. So I know it look a little crazy, but just like it's eating right now. It's eating down. It's doing its job. So just chill on me. Saying all this to say, my move abroad was not impulsive. It was not because I was trying to escape America. It was because I wanted a certain lifestyle and and that lifestyle did not include working hard all the days of my life to pay bills, you know? It included spa days, slow mornings. And as I continue to do my own research, I continue to look into exactly what the opportunities were for me, what I would have to make to survive in America and live the lifestyle I wanted, or where could I go and have the lifestyle that I wanted, and also do something that I've always loved to do since I was a child, playing basketball, which is travel. See new things, learn new cultures, eat new foods, be around people with different backgrounds, and just learn and embrace the differences. So honest with you all, like I do experience a lot of, I guess you can say, survivor's guilt because I have so much of my family that is still in America. So many of my friends, everybody that is the closest to me that I love, they're in America. And sometimes it does feel a little lonely, but alhamdulillah, I have a great community, a great support system here. Oh, this camera is tripping on me. I have a great support system here and I have a great time. I have a routine. So when I come to my gym, the people in my gym, the people from from different aspects of my life, whether it's Muslim sisters or whether it's people in my apartment complex, people even on my walks, the people that are on my routes for the walks that I see like daily when I'm walking, they are part of my community. The friends and family that I've had since my first visit here, and then people that I continuously meet from going out, going to restaurants, things like that. You're constantly meeting new people, so it's easy to make a new community, but there's nothing that can replace the family and friends that you have had for all of your life who have supported you on your journey and still will support you as you continue to level up and move. And if there are people who don't support you on this journey, just know that those are not people that are really for you, because who would not encourage someone to go big and go live their life and be free, especially if you don't have kids, especially if you are not married. This is a prime time to salvage your youth and go and take life by the horns and really live and explore and see new things. And that's just what I'm so grateful for on this journey, because at the end of the day, you can love people, you can show people what you do. I can sit and preach to the people that I love about how much opportunity and goodness it is leaving America, but if they don't see that for themselves, then I can't force them. If they don't make it a point to make it their reality for themselves, then I can't force them. But the people that I love, I hope they see this video and I hope they take from it. And even you all that don't know me but that are watching this because y'all have that dream, really take these tips that I'm about to give. It's about 10 real tips that I want to give you, and I want you to hone in on making your dreams your reality. It's 2026. We have no time to waste, okay? So, the first thing that I need you to do is to know your why. Like, it's not just about the vibes. It's not just about, I just want to go to a different place. I want to be in Bali. I'm in Africa. It's very much spiritual reasons why I wanted to come to Africa. It's very much cultural as a person who, African American, family was brought to America through slavery. My ancestors are the reason why I have an American passport. I wanted to pay homage to them and to come to the place where my DNA traces back to. My DNA is between Senegal, Nigeria, and Benin. And so that's why I wanted to travel to these places in West Africa before going and living lavish. Now, I'm not saying that I won't go. And first off, I'm not saying that living in Africa or West Africa is not lavish because, honey, let me let you know right now, it's very, very lavish. Okay. Um, but I'm saying all this to say that, like, I know some people think, oh, I want to go to Bali, I want to live in Belize, I want to go to Tulum, I want to go to Japan. They think of those places that are very advanced as more lavish, but it's just about your why. It's easier to gain support from Allah, from God, if you have a deep, spiritual, meaningful reason as to why you're asking for what you're asking for. So really, like, ask yourself the questions: what am I seeking? Why do I want to move? What could I gain and learn, and how could I grow through this experience? What would be the best place for me to go to help me grow? And for me, moving to Senegal was my DNA, but it was also because I knew I would learn French. I would learn another language that could really be a great tool in my pocket as I move up in life and I connect with more people and I even look for different kinds of jobs and things like that. And then beyond that, it's about peace, it's about stability, it's about affordability, it's about traveling. If you have needs and reasons to have to get back to America frequently, which place is the most affordable to easily travel back and forth to America? Who has the routes and the flight frequencies that you may need if an emergency comes up with your family? Another great point to look at is opportunity. Like, what is the opportunities that you can get out of this? And those are all the kinds of whys and things that you need to think of when you're thinking about why would you even move abroad before you narrow down on a place. And understanding your why will help you narrow down on what place aligns with that why. Tip number 2 is prayer. Make sure you pray about it. Make sure you ask God. Make sure you are heavy on the prayer. I mean, day in and day out, night and day. Like, in the middle of the night, you wake up. That is the best time to pray. Alhamdulillah. I remember when I was in this process, I woke up almost every night for tahajjud and I prayed and made sure, like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? And I swear, I barely, all of this research and stuff I'm telling y'all to do, I did some, but for the most part, the biggest part of what I did was understand my why and pray about it. And those two things, I swear to you, those two things made my decision so easy. It made moving here so easy for me. It allowed help to come towards me. It allowed the right people to fall into my lap to really do the whole thing for me. And all I had to do was keep moving forward, not letting fear take over the opportunity that was in front of me, and keep going with it. Deeply, like, seriously ask God, is this right for you? Is this something that'll help you grow on your journey? If it is good for you, to make it easy for you. If it's something that should not be done, then help you to move on from it and to allow something better to come to you. And then really pay attention. And when you're praying about something, really pay attention to the doors that opens and the doors that close. When there are a lot of doors opening for you, it's more confirmation that that is where you should move forward. Don't take it as, oh no, this is too easy, this isn't working. That's, you prayed for God to make it easy for you. So when it's coming together for you, you shouldn't question that. And then just pay attention to when it's really aligned and you have a why and you're praying about it. The vision will stay in your mind. You will always think about it. And when you get away from it, you'll find yourself distressed and a little depressed. So pay attention to that, because when something is meant for you, the idea continues to return to your mind, to return to your thoughts, to return to your daily life. You'll continue to see signs. You'll see things that make you think of what you are intended and purpose to be doing. Tip number 3, do your research like it is your job. I am not playing. Find time every day to look into something, to look into the cost of living, to look into visas, what's required. If you're a no visa place with an American passport, how long does your visa last for? Where are the guidelines with when your visa expires? How hard is it to get a long-term visa? How long would you want to stay there? And if you had to leave every 3 months, then would you be able to afford that? Look into healthcare. Look into the safety of the place that you're considering moving to. Look into language and cultural norms and see if this is a lifestyle that would help you, be beneficial to you, if it's a part of the woman that you want to become, and will you be surrounded by people that can help support you in that transition, in that growth process. And especially if you have a remote job, look into internet reliability, electric reliability. I know that's a big thing in Africa still. Senegal is great in that perspective. And look into housing options. Look into the quality of the house. Do they have newer bills? Is it older bills? What is the cost of living there as far as rent and the utilities that's necessary that comes with that rent? And then also look into the corruption and research how to get around it. What should you do? How should you communicate with these people, especially being a foreigner, if you don't want them to know or to, like, try and upcharge you because you're a foreigner. So just do your research all the way around, and even do your research on the internet, but more so by connecting with people that's from the place you're considering moving. And I highly recommend, your first time moving out of the country, find somebody that lives there already, even if it's an expat that's currently there that you can easily find from hashtagging online, or if it's someone that you know. whether it's someone you know personally or through work or through a friend of a friend. But you want to connect with a real person along with doing your own research online, so you have more specific questions to ask that real person. Kind of hitting on what I just said. Tip number 4 is about having some sort of reliable income, and I mean, if that's a remote job, if that's a business, if you own something, a home, if you're renting out your home, make sure is you have someone in it, you have someone to help manage it to make sure that your income flow stays the same and consistent. And if possible, be honest with your employer. Even if you say you're just going for a few months, be very honest that you're going to be out of the country for some time. If you already work remote, great. Just let them know I'll be working remote. Everything will be done properly, but I'll just be in this country while I'm working, and make sure that it is okay before you do it, because the truth always comes to the light. And if you lie about being abroad, I'm telling you, the VPN, all these stuff, I mean, people have different things that they can do. People have different things that they use that they could do, but it always comes to light if you're lying about where you're stationed, because they'll find out. So I highly recommend just be honest with your employer. Ask about remote work flexibility. Always make it seem like you're going to be returning to the U.S., because that's not a lie. At some point, you're going to come back to the U.S., but definitely be honest. And if you don't have a secure place, because when I first started moving here, I did not have a secure job. But I just made sure I always had enough money saved to cover my living expenses and to cover an emergency flight home. Because if all else fails and I have to go back home to my mother's house or my grandparents' house, at least I have a way to get back there without being stuck stranded with no money or anything in another country. Like, that's very scary. So properly prepared to have some form of security, because your peace of mind definitely matters when you're, trust me, the freedom feels better with a safety net. So moving on now to tip number 5, connect with people. This is huge because, like I said, you're already away from your family, you're away from those that's closest to you. Moving abroad is much harder without a community. And at first, it'll feel kind of good because you're like, okay, you're getting everything settled, you're so busy, you're always moving around. But it's best if you have a community, if you have people to talk to, if you have people to help you through everything that you're going through, whether it's looking for furniture, is finding new restaurants, new foods you like, going to the grocery store, all of the different things that you'll end up having to do, getting your money transfer situation sorted out, getting a local phone number, getting Wi-Fi, getting all these things set up, especially in a country like Senegal where I don't speak French and everybody here speaks French. So having that community was like key for me, because I had so many people to help me on my journey of getting settled here. If you know people in the country, definitely stay connected with them, stay really close with them, speak to them, allow them to be very active in your life, and you be very active in there. You help them, and don't just look at it as they're doing everything for you, but find ways to also help and do things for them, to keep that relationship balanced. And if you don't know anyone here, find ways to connect, whether that's through social media and hashtags, if that's through networking group, Facebook groups, language exchange. I even heard some people using like dating apps, and they finding like some guy to kind of connect with them and teach them, the language or stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how well that works, but I definitely heard of people just going on dating apps to connect with people. They even say like, I think like some of them have a way where you can not just connect for the sense of dating, but for a community, for female friends, and so on and so forth. And just make sure whatever platform you're using, you stay safe. You don't let people know where you live at before you actually trust them. You don't be very cautious, because you don't know these people and you are in a foreign country and you are alone half the time. If you have someone to go with you, alhamdulillah, that's even better. But if you're by yourself, be very, very, very cautious. Tip number 6, do a sample trip, please. Okay. Do not just do everything immediately. And I'm saying this because I did a sample trip. It was not intentionally a sample trip. I just kind of came to the country, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm moving here. But then I did another sample trip for 3 weeks. Excuse me. I did another sample trip for 3 weeks. And I recommend, like, if you're going to do a sample trip, visit for at least 2 weeks. And then after you visit for that 2 weeks, bro, stop. After you visit for that 2 weeks, then see, while you're there on that sample trip, see if there's places that you can do month to month rentals, so you don't overcommit. But test your trip, test your routines, see how working during the hour time zone difference would be, if you're comfortable and okay with that, and see if the lifestyle, don't go live in the expat area, live in the real parts of the city where real people live, that are immersed and know the culture and know the people, and that's where you create the best connections, I'm telling you. And even though if you do end up getting a place with like a year lease or something like that, you still are not required to commit forever. Like this is not you're moving here for the rest of your life, but you're just moving here for another period in your life, and honor that period and gather the information you need to see if this is really the decision you want to make, even if it's for just a few months or if it's for a year or a few years, you know? So just take your time and be very clear with making your decision and test the waters before committing long term, especially if you're going to take on like more than a few months lease of a place. Definitely do a sample trip if you're doing anything like a year lease of an apartment. And then tip number 7, take daily actions. This is where your dreams become your reality. When I say like the vision boarding, the daily reminders, the insert times for researching and planning in your calendar, the always asking questions and staying connected with the people that are in the country or people that are from the country, constantly having a savings plan to save your money, to prepare yourself to leave and live abroad and have that safety net that we talked about. Start learning the language. Start preparing yourself to have basic conversations, to talk to people. It's very, very important, especially if you're going to a place where English is not the main language. And then follow people who live there, and this will help their content become more daily reminders if it's on social media or if it's on YouTube channel platforms like mine, you know? And speak the vision out loud. That is huge. When you're serious about something, it starts to haunt you out loud. And I say haunt, but it's in a good way. Like you have those daily reminders, you have all of the things that you need to continue to push you into the direction of where you want to be in the realms of moving abroad and making the opportunities flow to you and making the confirmations and making all of the things that you need come together for you. And last but least, just continue to have faith that if this is for you, it'll work for you, and if this is not, it will not stick. It won't stay. Moving abroad is not for everyone, and that is okay. Staying in America, it does not mean you're a failure. It does not mean that you're not worthy of seeing more in life. That's not what it means. And then leaving America isn't betrayal. It's not giving up your American citizenship and your passport. I know some of us wouldn't care to, but it doesn't matter. Like what matters is living intentionally, is being at peace with the decisions and the lifestyle that you are in. And you don't have to move tomorrow. You don't have to move next month. But if you have that urge, if you have those nudges to leave America, it's time to stop ignoring them and to start preparing to act on that, because I'm telling you, the grass is greener on the other side. Like there is more to life than what America wants us to believe. And there will be hardship, there will be struggles during it. It all won't be easy, but I can tell you that even if you just experience and learn something, it will definitely be worth it. So if this is something that you're interested in, definitely push forward. Definitely pray about it. Definitely know your why and do your research to properly prepare for it. Build a community. Figure out what housing would look like. Start making it a part of your daily life and remembrance, so that way you can understand what it is that you need to do to make that move. So I wish you all the very best. If you have any specific questions for me, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you stayed all this way, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be doing a lot more videos on, my reverting and moving to abroad and how life is in Senegal and, whatever else. So thank you so much for watching. Salam alaikum. Bye.